to the first ever Cosmos ecosystem event in Greece. We are thrilled to see such a dynamic and diverse gathering of innovators, developers, and enthusiasts coming together to celebrate and explore the future of decentralized technology. At the heart of Cosmos lies a community-driven spirit that fuels our collective vision. To your passion, creativity, and collaboration that makes this ecosystem truly exceptional. Together, we are building an internet of blockchains where interoperability and scalability are not just aspirations, but realities. Central to this journey in the Cosmos SDK are powerful and modular framework that has empowered countless projects to launch their own blockchains with ease. It's a tool that embodies our commitment to providing open-source solutions that drive innovations and inclusivity to the blockchain space. Let's not forget the exciting realm of NFTs, which are revolutionizing how we think about ownership and value in the digital age. The Cosmos ecosystem is poised to lead in this space, offering unique opportunities for creators and collectors alike to engage in a vibrant and evolving market. Today, as we gather here in Greece for this milestone event, we celebrate not just our technological achievements, but the incredible community that makes them possible. This is a moment to share ideas, forge new connections, and envision the future of the Cosmos ecosystem together. Thank you for being part of this historic event. Let's make the most of our time here and continue to drive the Cosmos vision forward. Welcome. Let's embark to this journey together. And now I would like to call Mathieu Conte on the stand to talk to you about enabling collaborative AI training. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Mathieu. I'm head of partnership at Axon Protocol. I'm very happy to be here today. And so I will introduce you about what is Axon Protocol and what is an orchestration layer for AI. So we will talk about the convergence between AI and blockchain technologies, and especially about collaborative AI. So let's go. So I think most of you have ever used technology like ChatGPT or Midjourney. And today, AI makes a lot of noise. We heard a lot of things about AI. So before to diving, I think it's important to share the same knowledge about what AI actually does. So the whole concept of AI is based on the fact that humans have always to make decisions in an unknown context. We don't know the future, but every day we have to make decisions. And the situation can be a bit stressful and a bit hard to handle sometimes. So that's why humans have always want to externalize this making decision process. And that's exactly what AI does. An AI, when it be trained, is able to analyze the situation with descriptive analysis and predictive analysis, and based on this knowledge, is able to make a decision and execute this decision. And all of that is done on an automatic and autonomous way. So that's why AI is really powerful, but a bit disruptive as well. And over the last few years, we saw an incredible increase about the number of AI model, especially regarding the foundation model like ChatGPT, Gemini, or something like it. And the second thing that we've seen, is that the accessibility of the model is also increased. And that's cool because it means that people can now easily access to the AI application. But it's important to notify that open access doesn't mean open source. And to illustrate that, let's talk about the different cycles in the recent AI development since ChatGPT have democratized it. So the first arena, the first phase is a proprietary phase. In this phase, the AI model is owned by private company. And you can interact, they provide API to interact with the model, and they provide also user-friendly UX to be able to use it easily. So it's cool, it's the first step. But if you want to work on a critical and sensitive application, you don't want to use it because you don't want to share your sensitive data like personal health data, or maybe your private data for your company, like, I don't know, the financial data or the R&D paper. So that's why we logically move to the second phase, which is the local phase. It consists to be able to download an open source model, like Llama 3 from Facebook. And with this model, you can download it, you can train it, fine-tune it, and run it on your own infrastructure. So it's better because it's tackled the problem of the sovereignty regarding to the model and the data, and also the concern regarding the data privacy. But if we think more about it, it's cool, but it's quite limited because private companies have high valuable data set, but they have just a little regarding to their sector and to their application. So if you want to you can build a more customized AI application for your own specific purpose, but it's quite limited. You can improve just a little the model. So that's why we naturally move with the third phase, which is the collaborative phase. And in this phase, stakeholders are incentivized to share their data, to share their algorithm, to share the hardware resources to reduce cost for the inferencing cost and the training cost. And when we talk about collaborative AI, we saw that that provide like more valuable outputs. And more valuable outputs means more value. And so this graph express the potential of coordination, of collaboration at scale versus economies of scale. In one hand, you have economies of scale that enable big companies like Google, like Facebook, to benefit from economies of scale, for example, by optimizing the fixed cost or optimizing the resources efficiencies. So that it's able this company to grow quickly at the beginning. But one moment they have like a threshold because they are limited. They are limited by their computing resources, by the high quality data set that they have, and they are also limited by the knowledge. So in the other hand, you have coordination at scale. Coordination mechanism, with coordination mechanism, you can, thousands and millions of people can collaborate together to share their data, to share their algorithms, their hardware, their knowledge, to create best models and create best creative environment for AI application. And as I mentioned before, AI is able to make decisions on our behalf. So that's why it's really important to have we need the right tools to coordinate ourselves. And you need the right tools for establish trust between participants, to break the silos between different stakeholders and align incentives regarding to these stakeholders. And you know what? Blockchain is the perfect tool to do that. Blockchain has already proved these capabilities to coordinate system and protocol in a decentralized way. The first example is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the first coordination system for payment and for money. And after that, you have Ethereum that extends these capabilities and this functionality through smart contract, where you can develop like coordination system for finance with DeFi or for governance with DAO, for example. And now, thanks to the Cosmos stacks, we are able to create coordination system for more specific application. And that we saw, that we've seen in the last years, the last 2 years, is that the AI blockchain stack is constantly growing. For example, you have some specific project that they want to tackle some specific aspect of the AI and specific AI issues. For example, the concern regarding the data storage with projects like Jackal, or the concern regarding the cloud computing with Akash. But there are another aspect which is really interesting, for example, the confidential computing, that's able to share your data and train a model and keep your data private. So all of this thematic are essential to leverage all the capabilities and all the knowledge to create the best collaborative ecosystem. So what's the problem? The problem is that collaborative AI doesn't work yet. As I mentioned, you have a lot of projects that tackle specific issues, but they can't connect together. So the reason is two main reasons. The first reason is technical complexity. It could be really hard to manage, for example, the bridge on-chain and off-chain, and to create all the connectors to connect with another kind of application. So yeah, for builder, it could be complex. And the second thing, the most important thing, in my opinion, is to align incentive, to create a sustainable environment and to promote fair value sharing. That's really important. And that's exactly what we want to solve with Axon. So Axon, it's a layer 1 based on the Cosmos stack that enables providers to share any solution as a digital resources under any condition that they want. And it also enables the consumer to orchestrate and leverage all the resources. So it's something pretty new and a bit challenging because we have to handle some technical aspects like, as I mentioned, the connection and the coordination between the off-chain world and the on-chain world. But we have also to manage all the semantic aspects to be able, all the resources to share the same language. And another aspect is the logical rules. For example, you can define any rules for different resources, different services, but sometimes this rule is like depend on another rules, or maybe you can have conflicts regarding to the rules. So we need to have, we need to handle complex logical scenarios. So basically, as a provider, you can connect everything that you want with Axon. Any kind of model, any kind of infrastructure, like I mentioned, data storage infrastructure, cloud computing infrastructure, but also all the question regarding to the data pipelining, any kind of identity providers, any kind of API from Web2 resources, any kind of data, like, I don't know, static database, or real-time data, or data come from sensor, or come from defined project, for example. So you can basically connect everything that you want as a service. And as a consumer, you can build and consume workflow based on all the resources that reference on-chain. That's what we are building with Axon. So actually, we are on testnet, but it's already possible to try it and test it. So let me introduce you about CatAI. CatAI is the first application that we build on Axon protocol. It's a way to collaboratively train, own, and govern an AI model. So our goal with CatAI is to demonstrate the potential of collaborative AI. It's like our first playground for developers, for us, to test and to educate people about what we can do with it. So basically, its application has three processes. The first one is the data collection. The second one is AI training. And the third one is the inference of the AI model. So in a simple word, CatAI enables any contributor to share cat pictures to train a model, and this model after, and then the model are able to create samurai cat pictures. It's like a fun use case, but it's a good way to educate people about how it works. So how does it work? It's, as I mentioned before, it's 3 steps. The first step is the community as a provider. So the community can bring cat picture and store in the data storage, and at the same time, they have to enforce the rule on chain. The rule is only cat AI model can access to the data. The data keep private, only the model can access. So the second step is the AI model for the training of the AI model. So the Axon protocol checks if all the rules are respected and if the model can use all the data to train to be trained. So the second phase, consists to build a workflow to enable the model to take the data and train with it. And the third phase, when the model will be trained, we are unable to generate a samurai cat picture with it. So our objective is to launch several sprints to step by step, educate people about what we can do. And as I mentioned, it's like a fun use case, but it's a good way to learn to the people what we can do with it. So after we will make different sprints, and after each sprint, the cat AI model will be trained based on the new data. And after it will be trained, an image from the model will be awarded as an NFT to the contributors. And actually, the first sprint is already done, and we don't communicate a lot about this sprint, but we have more than 600 contributions, so that's really cool. And on the top of the right, you can see the difference between a standard model that's not fine-tuned and the model that we fine-tune. So we can see the difference on the cat picture with the fine-tuning model. The fine-tuning of the model is better. So I precise our goal is not to create the best generative AI model. It's to demonstrate how we can orchestrate different resources through a decentralized architecture. So what's the next step for cat AI? The next step is to be able to share data from any kind of any sources. Sorry, for example, with S3 data storage, or maybe, as I mentioned before, decentralized storage, like with a Jackal solution, for example. And the second step is to do the same with the cloud computing infrastructure and maybe deploy the model on Akash. After that, we want to provide a more user-friendly interface to be able to the people to use it to use it easier. And we want to provide an SDK to enable people to create easier create connectors to another kind of Web2 application, for example. And the last phase will be the token factory and the AI model governance to demonstrate what we can do with a token, with the governance, and how we can govern the model by the community. So actually we are launching our second sprint, so join us, contribute, feel free. You have the website, katai.axon.xyz. So feel free to join us. And we are, as I mentioned, we are on testnet, so maybe when the mainnet will launch, I don't know, we can reward the contributors. So that's all for me. Thanks everyone to hear me. And if you have any question, feel free to ask. And this afternoon, our blockchain architect Arnaud will make a workshop to deep dive more technically about how the protocol works. Thank you very much. I don't know if you have any question. Okay, if you have a question later, feel free to join me. Thank you all.